Hi, it's Darin Eppich. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to discuss the pros and cons for buyers of whether or not they should wait out this hot housing market. This came about because recently Yahoo Finance published an article in early April about the pros and cons of waiting out this hot housing market. They kind of talk more on a broad level, nationwide. I'm going to give you some information for LA and also relate this to Los Angeles. If you like the content you see today, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, I almost have 400 subscribers. I'd like to keep building that. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more awesome content like this or award-winning content, comment below, like, subscribe, give me feedback because I'd like to keep getting it better and better. And if you want to learn more about the housing market or Los Angeles, also please comment below. It'll help me come up with ideas for future content. Like I said, today we're going to go into the pros and cons for buyers if you should wait out this hot housing market. First, the Los Angeles market overview. Kind of give you a snapshot. First, before we dive into the pros and cons, whether or not you should wait out this hot housing market, we're going to give you an overview. And this is from CAR, which is the California Association of Realtors. It's a great resource and we use it for pretty much all the documents we do when we do transactions. So to give you an idea for Los Angeles market overview, February 2021, median home sale price was $649,000. Seems quite low if you're out there shopping now, and it's pretty broad. It's Los Angeles metro. And so in pockets that maybe some buyers don't go that I've dealt with and some do. February 2022, median home sale price, $725,000. That's not including March. For that 1 year, it was 11.7 year-over-year percentage growth. So almost 12% growth in 1 year. And obviously this fluctuates depending on the area of Los Angeles, what real city, region, pocket, neighborhood, etc. Housing inventory. I've mentioned this in a lot of videos, but here it gives you an idea of what is going on. March 2022, 5,576 homes compared to a year prior, 7,352 homes, which is about 1,800 less homes on the market. So that gives you kind of the idea of what's going on with the economies of scale, supply and demand. 30-year fixed interest rate. As of April of this year, April 7th, we're at 4.76%. February 2022, which was only 2 months ago, we were at 3.76. And in February 2021, we were at 2.81%. Keep in mind, last year, interest rates were really low, historically low. And if you were able to take advantage of that, good for you. Please keep in mind, rates seem high if you're a first-time buyer, but historically, they're still some of the lowest interest rates of the last 30 years. Just to give you an idea, over the last 30 years, 17 of the 30 years, interest rates were over 8%. From 1998 to 2010, rates were generally between 6 and 8%. And even as high as a little over 17.48% in 1982 at one point. I understand that housing prices are more now, but interest rates in general, they're really low, even today. And some of our lenders will say, we were spoiled. Last couple of years, interest rates were so low, everyone was spoiled. So that just is an overview. That's to give you an idea. That's kind of to set the foundation. Here are 3 pros that I came up with if you're gonna wait on this hot housing market to buy. First one is increasing interest rates may eliminate some of the buyer pool. What that does is there may not be as many buyers a few months from now or later this year as there was, 3 months ago or early this year or last year. Number 2, if you wait, end of summer, you may see more inventory. Number 3, if you are in a rent-controlled situation or home or apartment or property, you can continue to save more money to buy. Those are the 3 pros. Now, once you hear about them compared to the cons, I feel like it's case by case basis. I don't know, it just doesn't seem as strong as the cons. The pros don't seem nearly as good as the cons. The 3 cons that if you wait to buy in this hot housing market. First is, which impacts everyone, is home prices will and should continue to rise. Almost every economist, expert believe that home prices will continue to rise. And unfortunately, the con is it could price some people out, or maybe they won't be able to buy a home that they want. Number 2, interest rates still have a number of more increases coming from the Fed. Initially, like I said earlier, the 30-year fixed rate was 4.76% as of April 7th. We're already higher than everyone expected expected when we ended last year. So I think we have 5 more interest hikes. If you wait, you're gonna pay either more monthly, or your budget's gonna decrease, or you're gonna be priced out. So that is the unfortunate cons. And these cons to me are very, you can wait, it's up to you, but I really do think you're costing yourself money. Number 3, rents are sky high. They're climbing. A lot of experts are saying that rent is not going to be cheaper than buying if you have the down payment and after you sell the property later, etc. But rents are increasing. I think, and I'll mention it here in a little bit, but rents increased 13% year over year from February of last year to February of 2022 in LA. 13%. That's a lot. So my advice, I've been a first-time home buyer before. It's scary for a lot of first-time home buyers and buyers in general in this market. Even if you've been a buyer before, I can tell already dealing with a couple people this year that have bought before, they're still, it seems like a lot to them, especially if they came from another market. Los Angeles is not an inexpensive market in general. If it's been a while, you were a first-time buyer years ago, seeing the prices and going down to the monthly budget may seem a bit aggressive or sticker shock, but housing has increased and it's gone up a lot since even when I bought in 2009. First thing is timing is everything. Like most things in life, go at your own pace. If you're interested in buying a property and you're ready, go for it. Get it. Don't wait. But it's really up to you. It's a big purchase, especially like I said in Los Angeles. But only you will know if you're ready. So timing is everything. It's so important. If you wait 6 months, sounds not to be I'm very optimistic most of the time, but there is a recession in, the talks. I did have someone that recently bought that they found out while we were in escrow that they laid off some of their company. So it goes to that even. Timing is everything. Now into appreciation. And this goes into the advice segment because, the last couple of years we've seen big increase in home values. And I think some people think, oh, there's gonna be a bubble and it's gonna burst and we're, tapped out and we've hit the peak. In LA, since 1988, not including really the last year and a half, because I just remember doing this about a year and a half ago for a video. LA's average home appreciation since 1988 is about 10% year over year. It's probably more like 20 something percent the last year and a half, 25%. So a little higher than 10% a year over year, but homes in LA appreciate. That's including even the Great Recession we had from 2008 to 2009 that we saw in a lot of markets in the country. You saw housing prices dramatically drop. I'll leave you with that. And the last one, going off the cons. Reddit is surging, it's climbing, it's skyrocketing. Only reason I bring this up is because a lot of places that you want to live in are going to be probably the equivalent to what your mortgage would be. If you factor in the fact that once you, the down payment, but once you sell the property and the write-offs and everything, if rent's going up dramatically like it's been, if you have the means to do so, unless you're in a situation where it's rent controlled and it's so inexpensive and you're just like, I like it here, I can wait. I would say if you're in the option of looking to buy a property, continue to spend $5,000 or $4,500 a month in rent, which is a lot of people that I see, they're spending $3,500 or $4,000 a month or $5,000 a month. Even noticing a trend of people that are going to rent places because they got sick of looking, or buyer fatigue, which was touched on in another video, and they're going to rent. And that's fine, that's your choice, but people are paying a lot of money in rent just not to be in the competitive situation of buying. And I get that, but at the same time, it's probably gonna cost you a lot of money and probably cost you a lot of money being spent that you could have put into a house that would make you money. So that's all. At the end of the day, my final thought is basically, all in all, you as the buyer, you know when it's right. There's a lot of great lenders out there and great realtors out there that can guide you, that you can talk to give you advice, give you input, help you in this process, help you decide. Some people talk to accountants. I had someone do that in January. They said they talked to their accountant, they decided not to buy. I talked to my accountant, I told her the scenario, and she said, you only live once. If you want to buy a property, you should buy a property. So 2 different variations of opinions, but I think if you want to know what the market's doing and have a good idea, if you have a good trustworthy realtor and lender, they'll give you the pros and cons and they'll give you kind of like the scenarios. I think you should weigh on them, but also trust your gut and your timing and what makes you feel comfortable. I think if you're interested in buying, if it was me and I was looking to buy, I wouldn't wait, because I think prices are going to still keep going up. The way I see it, may slow down a little bit, and you can always refi later once the rates go down to after they counter inflation. There's a rumor that the rates will go down again. They're just trying to raise them up to counter inflation. So if the rates, keep going up, because you wait and you pay later with the higher rates, and the prices don't really move much, you're still going to pay more later because the rates went up. And if the rates and purchase price are going up, why would you wait? I hope you appreciated the information I gave in this video. It's pretty candid. You'll see the link to the article from the Yahoo Finance. They go into some other subjects or kind of like FOMO, etc. I just wanted to apply it to LA. And all I can tell you is every single person I know that I've dealt with that has decided to wait ends up paying more later. That is what I've seen the last couple of years. And some of them still haven't made the decision. Every time I talk to them, it's painful for me because they probably cost themselves, gosh, especially in the last year and a half since the pandemic, $150,000, $200,000 on the average person in equity. And then the interest rates. I mean, they're so much higher now, even since like last summer. Like I said, never a good time. It's always a good time to buy. It's never a good time to buy. You just gotta like get your feet wet and go for it. If you like the video you saw today, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I do a new video every week. Thank you so much for coming by and have a wonderful day. Thank you.